Beauties, it's Kikovanity, and welcome back to my channel. It's a little awkward not saying like, hey beauties, welcome back to this video, because I don't know how much of the sense is going to be in this video, but I wanted to introduce something new on my channel, and that is art vlogs. I spend so much more time in Blender than I do in game, but there are days I do play my game because I am a simmer. I am mostly creating, and I felt like, even though like from the past I used to go from playing my games every single day, and if you've been a supporter since like 2017, like I used to release poses every single day, but now things are a bit different, and I think like, why not share my creative process? And yeah, so welcome to my first art vlog. Hi, my name is Christian. I'm 26 years old. I am from Houston, more specifically from Third Ward. And for you guys who don't know, Gordon, Beyonce, if you a Beehive, Beyonce's from Third Ward, and Third Ward is such a black artistic, like if you listen to the song Almeda by Solange, like it describes third ward beautifully, like such a beautiful community. I grew up there, and my dad is from there, my mom is from Herm Clark. If you know, but this is where I grew up, and that's pretty much helped plant my artistic roots. So I guess when we get into my family, my dad's side is very creative. It's a family full of musicians. My dad's a musician. My grandmother was a musician. My uncle was a thespian, someone who really dabbles in theater. Aunt, she writes poems. Very creative family. My mom's side, very left-brained, I think. Like critical thinking, math, science. So I kind of have like a mix of both, which helps me balance and keep my art in a realistic way. So, because I am a realism artist. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, if you ask my dad, I started drawing at the age of 3. He says he gave me a pencil and I held it correctly. That's what the man say. I don't know. But growing up, my parents are very supportive of my dreams. Always have been. Um, but it's more specifically, like I feel like my dad was more aware of, well, not of my dreams, because I was like 5, or I was probably like 4 or 5 when he did this, but he was very aware that he was having a child going into the new millennia. And he so much so that he started to work at this computer store. So he started working at this computer store. He bought a computer and he bought it home, and he had called me in and he told me to sit down, and he was like, Christian, this is a computer. And he opened up paint, and I immediately started drawing. And like I specifically remember that because like I've never, like even right now, like I like my relationship with art is very like loving. It's like, my partner. So like that was my first experience with like art in a way where it sparked something in me. And if you watch my, what's called CC making video, or how to create video, I mentioned that I use paint.net because it looks like paint, and that's from where I get that memory from. Time go on, I'm drawing on the computer, drawing in Bibles, drawing in class. I get to a point where I started getting a fascination with humans. Like my mom was always watching SVU. I just wanted to clarify that I was not obsessed with the activities that was happening on SVU, just more so obsessed with human psychology, which later in life made me want to be a therapist. Don't know why I didn't fully explain that, but that sounded crazy. So I wanted to clarify. And my dad was always like having me read books about like humanity and like race and politics. Have one of those dads. Like I was like 5 reading Malcolm X books, but I had got to a point where I could not draw legs, and that pissed me off. And I had came into my parents' room. I was boohoo crying, like just crying my eyes out. And my parents couldn't figure out what was wrong. Like they thought something had happened. And I feel bad because like I'm crying as hard. And they're like, Christian, what's wrong? And I just throw my hands in the air. I'm like, I can't draw legs. And that's how I got into art school. Um, so that was around 6 or 7. The art school that started at 7. And my mom was like, you know what? It's called the Art Collective here in Houston. But my mom was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my baby in. She crying. It's hard. We gotta get her in. So but art school is expensive and we couldn't necessarily afford it. I was going to a community center. It's called Shape Community Center, self-help for African American people through education. And it's just a very pro-black place where black people can learn our true history. And I'm glad I had the experience, especially what's going on with the world, at least in Texas. Like some politicians are trying to like hide our history, but that's another that's another thing for another day. But where was I? Yeah, so you have to be 7 to go into the art school, and my mom was like, "I'm gonna get my baby in." And I guess because I had ties to the community center I went to, or I don't know how she got me in, but I was the youngest person there, and I learned how to draw legs, and I was so amazed. Like once he showed me how to do it, I was like, "God damn, that's so easy! Why couldn't I get it?" That's what started my relationship with art, and as time went on, like I couldn't I guess my parents couldn't like keep funding it because like they had other stuff to do. Like I wasn't that upset because I had learned what I need to know. I learned a lot of the basic of the human bodies, which I really needed. Like I didn't want to say needed because it sounds dramatic, but it's true. Like I needed that. But I'm so grateful that I was actually in that community center because they started to work with that community center, and I didn't have to go without. So I learned and I learned, and they would have art shows, and I would win, and I would like I'll put up one of my because unfortunately I don't have a lot of my artwork because when I was 16, my room caught on fire, and nobody else didn't, just my room, but whatever. So I lost a lot of my drawings. Don't want to cry. I lost a lot of my drawings from that time, but thankfully, I was winning so many art shows at my community center. It's still up there now. Yeah, I'll put it up so you guys can see. Let's skip till about because I was still going to community center, still doing art in middle school. So let's skip until around high school. That's when I stopped doing art and moving my focus to makeup. So I went to early college high school, which means I went to college and high school at the same time. So this school, my high school didn't really have a lot of creative classes. Like there was no art class. Like we had a Mandarin class, we had a Spanish class, we had a French class, but we had no art classes. Like the main focus was you're going to get your degree when you leave. So, well, your associates. So that was a very hard time for me, very depressed. I didn't create that much, and I'm leading up to it. So I went through all 4 years. I was doing makeup, experimenting with makeup. I really don't understand why I stopped drawing, but I would draw here and there, maybe max 2 to 3 times a year, and I don't know. I just really got into makeup, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel. And when I was 15, I came up. I used to have. I'm not gonna tell you the name because I don't want y'all to look it up. But I always, like my name started with a K. Oh yeah, my name is Christian with a K. And I was gonna start a beauty channel, and I was like, okay. I wanted to start with a K. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to deal with beauty, and I was like, okay, so. And at that time, I was going through like Japanese, like I was learning about Japanese culture, and I was really immersed in it. And like I was like, okay, kawaii. And I was like, let me look up what love means because I always call myself I'm a lover and an artist because to me they go hand to hand. So I was like, okay, so kiko means love, okay. And then I was like, how can I tie this back to beauty? Okay, I was like, okay, vanity. Okay, Kiko vanity. And I was like, basically it means so Kiko, love, vanity, think of a mirror. So I'm like, no, it's joy and love. They're synonymous. So basically my name means joy's reflection. That's what I picture it in my mind. So I'm not I'm not really posting like that because I'm like experiencing a deep depression from not only from art but like some other personal things, and like teenager like relationships and hormones and crushes. A lot is going on that is contributing to a depression. So I graduated in 2015, and I don't graduate with my associates, but I graduate really close, and I'm kind of beating myself up. I'm like, I could have gone to like art school here, but I was going here to get an associate's. But my depression was like keeping me so down that I didn't, but I ended up close. So um, we get to 2016, and I am very depressed. I'm in a abusive relationship. I'm just gonna be blunt, and I'm missing my friends because they're going off to college. I'm still in Houston, and I don't know what to do. And I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling, and I see somebody doing The Sims 4. And I'm like, I remember The Sims from when I was like 9. Like, I am a beehive, like, love Beyonce. The only reason I found out about Sims is because I was looking for Beyonce videos, and I found Lost Your Mind, and I saw, oh, she got a video, and it's The Sims, and that's how I learned about it. But anyways, so I'm scrolling, and I see a Let's Play by somebody named 𝙧𝙚𝙨𝙬𝙪. So I click on it, and I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about The Sims. Like, I didn't even know like The Sims 4 was still a thing. I didn't realize, like, didn't hear anything about The Sims. So I was like, you know what? I was working at the Children's Museum. I was like, you know what? I'm about this game. And it was so much at the time. Like, to me, like, I was 18, wasn't making that much money. And I was like, am I really going to pay $65? I bought the deluxe version. Don't judge me. Because I was so excited. And I'm like, so I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. The first family I play with, they're not black because I can't get any deeper skin tones. So I'm confused. So, but I'm playing the game. I haven't played the game like seriously since I was probably about like 11 or 12, or maybe even like by like 10. Like, so I'm really enjoying myself because it's been such a long time. I'm watching Urban Simmer down, like just watching her. You had these pearl earrings, and they didn't have that at the time, and I wanted them. So I'm like, how do I get that? And she was like, oh, this is CC. So I'm like, what's CC? And then I look up how to download CC, and I run across Complex's channel, and I am gagged because this is my first time seeing Black Sims, and I'm like, wow. And Complex tells me to go and on Tumblr. So I go, I make me a Tumblr, and I'm gonna put screenshots right here. I'm so grateful that I found his channel, because if I didn't, I don't know where I would be. Be a Max's girl. I don't know. But and from Derek, I found Ebonics, and I found Black Life Sims, and I was just in awe because I did not see me and the people I love reflected in the game. And, like I said, my dad had me reading Malcolm X books at 5. I'm very pro-Black. Like, so I remember feel like I was being seen. And so I'm playing my game, and I'm just like, I want to take pictures of my Sims. And this is no shade to nobody, but I'm like, these poses, like, this don't look like my Instagram feed. So I'm like, let me get into making poses. Oh, before I get into, I was so impressed by the creators, especially Ebonics and Black Lives Sims. I was like, wow, like this is like Black culture in the game. Like, I had never seen it to that magnitude. Like in the Sims 2, and this is no disrespect to them, but like, you saw locks, and you saw like like makeup and hairs, and I was just like, but to see like this man who literally just walked in front of me in my campus, to see that on somebody's screen, like, that's amazing. So I remember I was so obsessed with Ebonics. Danny is so amazingly talented. Make a post, and I'll put it up here so you can see. And I make a post, and I tag her. She likes it. I was so gagged. I was like, oh my God. So, time goes on. I'm playing my game. I'm downloading content. And The game is just getting more. Mira makes the skin tones, and the black simmer form is born, and it's just getting more and more popular. So I was like, you know what? I want to be a creator. I don't know if I can do it, but I want to. So I would, but it was more so but that wasn't the main focus. The main focus was I wanted to take pictures of my Sims, but I wanted to take pictures of the Sims where it reflected, like, the people who I'm seeing in real life. So I started making poses, and y'all, like, that was at my peak. Like, I was working at this at what's it called? The Church Museum. Like, I was, living my life, and I was just making poses every day, every day, every day, because I was having that much fun. I was playing my game every day. And so I had so many new stories. So the poses reflected what was happening in the Sim stories. It was just a beautiful time. Just a fast forward, because I don't want this part to be a little bit too long. But yeah, so let's get into the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. I'm learning how to mesh. I just want to shout out to Diverse King, because if it wasn't for Diverse Kings, I would not be here right now. And amazingly talented. So I remember I had asked him, I'm like, how I go about the weights in Blender, because so at that point I am I'm slowly learning how to mesh, and I messaged Diverse King. I'm like, how do I get this to work in game? Because it's flipping every which way. It's flipping around. And I'm just like, I don't know how to get it. And he's so kind, and he told me how. So I did it, and it worked, and I was shocked. And I'm so grateful for all these creators. And also, I didn't mention this before, but Bella is a Dilemma was such a big inspiration to me, because, like, Bella was making everything that I wanted in the game, everything that I was wearing in real life, what my friends were wearing. They were making it, and honestly, Bella is a Dilemma is Kikovanity before Kikovanity. Like, literally very talented. So I finally get my message to work, and I'm like, you need some nails. Like, I need some acrylics. Like, cause no shade to no creators at the time, but like they were very thin nails. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get in this nail bag, and I just start making nails, naming them after me, naming them after my ex. It was ridiculous. Like, just making nails, and then that slowly led to clothes, which led to hair, and now we're here today. And I just can't believe that literally allowing myself to be childish and play a video game could have ever led me here. And I have grown as an artist, and I am so proud of myself, and I'm so thankful to you guys, because I would not be here without you. I'm so happy that you like my content, because I like it, when I'm not sure that everything that I like everyone else would like. But yeah, that's a little bit of my story. And thank you to everyone who has been here from the beginning, like since the end of it, like since the end of or the beginning of 2017. That's how kikovanity became to be. The art critique is on me kind of breaking down my last render, looking at it from an artistic perspective, and seeing what I like, what I could have done better, stuff like that. So my last release currently is September 7th, is Artist Block. So let's put up the pictures. So this is render one of Artist Block. It is a self-portrait. I've never really been a fan of self-portraits ever since I went to Six Flags. And in person, the people who be drawing people and they be real disrespectful. It wasn't disrespectful. I just didn't like the way he drew me. Wish I had a room caught on fire. Anyways, this is my apartment. Also, it was my dog. I had to give my dog away because I just wasn't in the right space to have him. But now I miss him, and I think I'm going to get another dog. Probably about a couple months, but that's besides the point. I feel like, actually, let me pull it up on my phone so I can get a closer view. One thing I really like about this piece is the lighting. It's bright, it's yellow, it's inviting. I feel like this is a very emotional piece. I feel like this is how I appear on the outside. But if you know me, you know other things that I went through, from me having COVID to my dog, me buying a dog, thinking that he's well, and him ended up being malnourished, and me having to nourish him back to health, from me getting glass caught in my foot, and I had to squeeze it out with like tweezers because I couldn't walk. What else happened? Stretching, lower back. I don't know what happened with my muscle. I couldn't walk. Um, what else happened? So much else happened, but I feel like appearance wise, like appearance wise, I feel like on the outside that I was very, put together. So that's why I made sure to, kind of show like the shock of me going through what I was going through, me showing like the love that I have between me and my dog. Um, but also like me, like the responsibility of him, because like I feel like I didn't give him enough attention, because sometimes I literally physically could not, because me having COVID, also having COVID for the first time, ridiculous. But I feel like in my expression, I just feel like it conveys like, how I was feeling. It kind of leads into naturally into the second render, and let's get to what things I don't like. So in the raw unedited, I'm sorry, I'm looking down here, but at the raw unedited photo, I feel like I could see, because I worked on this for hours, so I can see like my laziness in it. If you zoom in close, really, but you can't see it on here. But if you're a Patreon, if you zoom in very closely to my mouth, like you can see, like, because when I edit my sim characters, or when I make my 3D models, I make them a separate mouth, so their mouth can be a little bit more realistic. Instead of just having like a hole. So like they'll have teeth, they have tongues and stuff like that. Like you can see the mouth is, very lazy. My hair, I set the blender count. I mean the particle hair too high, so it kind of blurs together. I feel like I did a good job matching. The roots are just a little bit too dark, but yeah, overall I feel like the accuracy is there, especially like down to my skin tone, to my breasts, like very spot on. Like, oh, you can't see, but like that's my bag. Like very spot on, very realistic to me. But at the same time, like the water, the way it's placed, it could have been pushed more to the side. You can't really see that it's water. It can be just be tweaked a little bit more to where it has a better ambiance. Um, yeah. And a lot of people have this issue. I'm sorry, I'm looking down here, but a lot of people have this issue where they'll like download my CC and they'll be like, "Oh, I can't see you know what's the download." And I understand that. Well, if you're trying to download CC, like, girl, I'm not trying to see the art, but as an artist, this is what keeps me going, because I've been doing this for so long. Like the renders have really kept me going, but little do you know, like I am the main thing about this are the shoes. Like, I learned how to auto hike the shoes. That's why I'm holding them. I need to buy them. They're actually really cute. I probably am. But like, it's the shoes. But, I wanted to show that, you know, I'm a person, and that's why also I'm making art vlogs now. Like, I want to put my personality into it. So I guess you could say, like, if you're making content, why are you doing this? Well, I'm not only a content creator, I am an artist first. Everybody who creates is artist, whether they know it or not. At least if you make content from the Sims 4, you range from being a visual artist to being a writer, director, videographer. Like, so I feel like, it kind of loses the plot a bit, but at the same time, like, this is what brings me peace and joy. So yeah, that's my critiques for this render. It can just be like just tweaked upon a little bit better. And I'm now realizing that I'm looking down here. My hair is not that vibrant. I didn't know that. So yeah. So it's 2:40 and I had to take a break because I just ran myself dry. I really don't know what that expression means. I heard Bryson Tiller say it, but I just was doing too much. And I tried to edit what I just recorded, like the intro and the story. I tried to edit that, and it took me like an hour to film the intro. And I was just doing too much. So it mentally caused me to crash. So I needed, damn near a 3-hour recovery time. And like, if you can see, like my kitchen lights are similar to my setup in front of my computer. They're normally off. So like, just sitting underneath them, it's just, I don't know, it just does something to me mentally. But right now I'm about to find something to make, like a hair. It's been a minute since I've made a hair. I'm kind of nervous, especially like with the lash release. Like the body was contorted, the weights were wrong. I'm hoping it goes well. Hoping I find like a cute little thing to make. But I think I'm gonna stop by my local, local, but I'm gonna stop by my spiritual shop, maybe pick up something to calm me, and then just continue with the creative process. So yeah.
Baby, while we're young, I think we should do something great.
Good morning, beauties. It's actually 8 o'clock the next day. As you can see, I did not come back and get on Pinterest because if I'm being completely honest, I edited it again. So lesson learned. Seriously, this time I'm not going to keep editing. I'm just going to record and edit later. But I'm very impatient. But I'm also procrastinating a little bit just because after you have artist block for such a long time, like, there's joy after that the creativity is back, but it's also like a little bit of insecurity. So I'm gonna work through that and try to push out the hair because my supporters deserve that. We're gonna get to work today, so I'm gonna scroll on Pinterest, listen to my audiobooks. Oh, so I wanted to also tell you guys what I do when I'm creating because I used to listen to true crime, and I used to get night terrors. There's no reason for me to be hearing like the most horrendous story while I'm like doing an activity that I enjoy. Currently, when I have breaks, I am reading this book, Manifesto of a Shrew by Michaela Jennings. But I know her as K Not Bay, the TikToker. I put her TikTok in.
And by the way, I have a question, and don't fight me because I know how you girls like to tussle. When all of y'all was sharing that meme that said I would rather have a man that teach me something than a man with money, what he be teaching y'all? And don't scroll quickly.
But absolutely beautiful work of poetry. It takes about 24 minutes to read it. But today I'm actually going to be listening to is a book called My Husband by Maud Ventura. It is a French book that's been translated into English, and it is absolutely ridiculous. Some might even say it is a thriller, but it's about a woman who's obsessed with her husband, and she is the inventor of Miss Delulu. Like, she's like so, I was like, they've been together for 15 years. You would think that she's not this delusional over somebody she's been with this long, but she is. And I won't tell too much in case anybody wants to read it, but he eats strawberry jam, only strawberry jam, and they have like so many preserves like raspberry, blueberry. He'll only eat the strawberry one. And she finds that so perplexing. But because he doesn't like strawberries. And like she's like, oh, but when it's mashed with sugar, that I'm just like, is it this deep? Rather than to spend time with him more than her kids. There was one instance where she wanted to, do adult stuff, and the kids like, mommy, I want some milk, or, I don't know. And she had to go help them. And when she came back, her husband was sleeping, and she resented her children for it. And then like the most extreme, she'll she's not getting like the attention she wants from her husband, she'll go out and she'll congregate with other men and then see if her husband notices when she tries to congregate with him later that night. So, and she says that's the most interested he is when they are being husband and wife. But there's a big twist at the end everybody keeps talking about on Book Talk. So I want to see what that twist is. So if you have an Audible membership, I say definitely check it out. I think it's like $14. Not sure, but yeah, tell me what y'all think. I don't know. If you don't want to read it, we'll talk about it. I'll go live and we'll talk about it for people who like spoilers. I love me a good spoiler. That's one thing. So if you want me to talk about it, I will. But or even the next vlog, let me know. But yeah, I'm going to listen to it and create. So and also listen to my spiritual playlist because Alexa was trying to get me to play it just now, and I probably should listen to that to get my energy right, and then get into like the nonsense that is my husband. So yeah. You procrastinate, and then you find what you're looking for in under 10 minutes. It's kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie.
You don't fuck with my sis, cause she comfortable, comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am, comfortable in my skin, cozy, cozy, comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am, I love myself, goddamn, cozy, cozy.
I wish I could actually like show y'all and rotate and stuff, but this OBS refuses to pick up like sound. So I guess I'm just gonna look at you, look at me, look at the screen. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it is currently 12:16, and I have finished the base. If you can look up in the top left corner, I don't know if that's your right, but this is my left. Look at the top, like you can see like half of the hair is done. That is because like the stems are pretty symmetrical, and what you can do on one side, you can do to the other. I really like this. I feel like I did good for not having done this in a while. Really excited for like the baby hair, doing the locks and stuff. So I've been listening to the book. Y'all have to read it. This woman's queen that stood out to me. Her husband, she asked her husband what type of fruit she is, and he said that she's a clementine. That pissed her off. She couldn't see anything orange. She couldn't eat orange. Couldn't wear her perfume because it had an orange scent in it. Like the orange, the base. It's not even like an orange perfume. Like the base of it is orange. Like it had other scents like sandalwood and rose and like vanilla, but she couldn't wear it because it had like an orange base. Couldn't look at the carrots because they were orange. Like, all because he called her a clementine, and he called her friend a like a pineapple. She's like, oh, she's fleshy and she's tropical. Losing her mind, losing her mind. Another thing, she was telling us how she met her husband, and they met at a concert, and he was with a friend, and and she wanted to ask the friend, oh, like, what is your perspective of you seeing us fall in love? But she couldn't because the man died, and she was like, oh, what a shame. And I'm thinking, oh, it's a shame the man died. No, she was saying it's a shame that I couldn't ask him before he died. So guess what this woman decides to do? She is an English teacher. She teaches English at a French school. She can't ask the man. So every single year, she plays a song that she met at the concert. I mean, she plays a song where she met her husband, and she gets the students' perspective in place of the man who died. And also, she said she could deal with the death of one of her kids, but she couldn't deal with the death of her husband. Crazy, crazy, crazy book. I want y'all to read it. I really do. Even if you can't read it, read the synopsis. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it.
Question, tell me what you think about me. I buy my own diamonds and I buy my own rings. Only ring your celly when I'm feeling lonely. When it's all over, please get up and leave. Question, tell me how you feel about this. Try to control me, boy, you get dismissed. Pay my own car note and I pay my own bills. Always 50-50 in relationships. The shoes on my feet, I bought it. The clothes I'm wearing, I bought it. The rock I'm rocking, I bought it. Cause I depend on me. If I want it, the watch I'm wearing, I bought it. The house I live in, I bought it. The car I'm driving, I bought it. I depend on me. I depend on me. All the women with me, throw your hands up at me. All the honeys who make you money, throw your hands up at me. All the mamas who drop for that
our third time doing this. It's currently 2:41. Go ahead. Say what you just said for the third time, Roy. Introduce yourself. Go ahead.
I'm from Atlanta, and the last couple of times we were recording it, Christian had asked me how it feels for me to be a part of the team, and basically just saying that it's very great, very chaotic, and then Christian inspires me every day with her art and just the other conversations we have. It's a very wise person, and she's a very nice person. You know, it's great energy to be around to work with. So, yeah, Roy, that's that.
Yeah, hopefully we got this. I'm about to go make the hair.
It's been another perfect day. Wanna live the night with ya. Spend my life with ya. Alright. You know I'm down to right. You know I am down to right. Don't freak out. Lock it up with me. Get popular. Something dark. We should just say fuck everyone.
So it's the next morning, and I wouldn't say I'm not in a good mood because I am. I'm just tired. Hopefully I can be done by 1. It's currently 10 something.
Shorty rock to the beat for your boy. Shorty, yeah, do it, yeah. Rock to the beat for your boy. Radio killer, killer, killer. Shorty clap it, shorty tight it. Should skate it all night it. With you, with you. I missed you, picture it. Now it's time I get back up with you, girl, with you. Oh yeah, we used to kick it up at the park, but now she's all grown up. Rockin' them stilettos, jumping up out of that Mercedes truck. Ooh, it was Keisha, it was Sonya, it was Tanya, it was Monique, it was easy, it was Kiki. Hey, now to see you at 23, all I can say is, hey, man, I don't need no hook for the shit. Shorty right there, shit, shit, shorty is the shit, shit, shorty is the shit, shit, shorty you the shit, you the shit. Oh yeah, your team, so I'm so deep. Burberry fragrance on my shirt from when she hugged me. Hard as a rock when she touched me. You know, cause she would've loved me. What it is, what it ain't, tell me what to do. I know I'm late, but destiny brought me back to you. I must have turned you into a butterfly. I had to say hello, tell your nigga goodbye. It was Keisha, it was Sonya, it was Tanya.
So I don't have my camera on because I look ashy on camera, and it's bad enough with the bad lighting and the camera quality that's making me look like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain how I looked yesterday, but yeah, we just gonna focus on my son Bailey. This is Bailey. I'm really a alpha skin type of girl, but I don't know. I'm getting to the overlay, but I think she might actually model hair. We don't know. I don't know. But anyways, back to the hair. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's my favorite hair base. It looks really good to me. I'm very proud of myself that I got this out in under 18 hours. 18? 48. Ooh, 48 hours. I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, I'm just about to prep for, what's it called? Rendering, which is my favorite part. But thank you guys for watching up until now. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, but it did slow me down. I can normally get a hair done in about a day, but me like vlogging and like expressing like myself and not just getting into it a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to like do this weekly, but maybe every other month or once a month. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know if you guys will enjoy this or not, but yeah, I'm not sure if this is the last time you're here for me, but if it is, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you like the hair, and make sure you leave me a comment down below. Thank y'all.
My nigga, we really poppin' this shit for real, nigga. No cap, no rap cap. I took the top off, I'm Trippin' like hot sauce. I got drunk in the clean raw. Baby, give me that mean mouth. Hit that pussy like golf ball. I can do this without y'all. I don't know talk on logo. I go back to the trap house. Spread that bitch in that bounce down. Cash it in and I cash out. Turn that shit to a stash house. I ain't taking no handouts. When they callin', I'm in route. For them niggas, they been down. Blow it back when I'm in town. Is it gonna use the kids? I don't really got a check. I'm about to flex. It's an autumn, I forget. Rocket diamonds on wet. I go water around my neck. I just start to wear less. When the pop bitch lit. I take my friends. Niggas sending me threats. I done bought them in the best. I'm protecting my flesh. Pour my back. Been the front of my head. I should know like a see now. I got back on my feet now. I got taking my team down. My whole team down. Niggas hate I don't see how. Made it out of the dumb south. And I don't even know how. About to pull me a Benz out. I took the top off. I'm dripping like hot sauce. I got drunk in the clean raw. Baby, give me that mean mouth. Hit that pussy like golf ball. I can do this without y'all. I don't know talk on long dog. I go back to the trap house. Spread that bitch in that bounce down. Cash it in and I cash out. Cash that shit to a stash house. I ain't taking no handouts. When they callin', I'm in route. For them niggas, they been down. Blow it back when I'm in town. Yeah, I do when I'm in town. I'm just tryna stay inbound. And I'm make up my cash cow. Tryna care what his own style. We ain't still in this flow now. Blowin' smoking this so loud. I been bringing these hoes out. Gonna get in his zone now. Need a green salad. Yeah, niggas still resting. Got me relaxing. Hope you're gold petty. Yo, flying on blessing. Yeah, nigga be heavy. Tell me your profession. You get back at active. Why I sell legends? I shit that I can see now. I got back on my feet now. I got taking my team down. My whole team down. Niggas hate out.
Hey, feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear these bitches nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on his head, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for a while, you can't control me. Uno those traits in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turned to soil, and I grew about it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gon' do about it. Big wheels keep rolling outside. 29.
So beauties, everything is now complete and the only thing to do is release. So I am very proud of myself. I've had so much fun making the hair. Yeah. So I actually want to leave release at 12. It's currently 11:44. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Hopefully the video will be up by 2 p.m. But yeah, I'm very excited. Had a lot of fun. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this again next week, but we'll see how it goes. Because next week is pretty exciting. I have a lot of stuff planned that I've never done before. Before I go, let's get into her husband. So he is as equally as obsessed and manipulative as she is. At the end of the book, we get his perspective, and he is talking about how his wife is obsessed with the idea of love and not really her romantic partner. So he has to keep her guessing. From her perspective, she thinks that he's leaving her, but ultimately he ends up telling her that he wants to have a baby. And then on his perspective, he found some like ad in a newspaper or wherever time period this takes place. He finds a contraceptive that kind of like makes him temporarily infertile. So he's trying to drive her crazy with that. She's gonna want to get pregnant even though she's not really maternal, but he says he'll to love the baby, and which is absolutely terrible. They're both ridiculous. She's at her wit's end. He'll finally get her pregnant. Despite what I just said, the book is a 9.7 out of 10. And I am going to read it again, or listen to it. And I suggest you guys read it as well. It's going to be in my Amazon storefront down below. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
I just want you to know that you're my